Ecrits, a selection, is a collection of essays and writings by Jacques Lacan, a prominent French psychoanalyst and philosopher. Published in 1977, the book represents a selection of Lacan's influential works from various periods of his career. Here is a brief summary of Ecrits, a selection. Psychoanalysis and language. Lacan's writings in Ecrits explore the relationship between psychoanalysis and language. He argues that language is a crucial component in understanding the unconscious mind and that the structure of language shapes human subjectivity. The mirror stage. One of Lacan's significant concepts discussed in Ecrits is the mirror stage. He posits that during early childhood development, infants experience a pivotal moment of self-recognition and identification when they see their reflection in a mirror. This moment shapes their sense of self and establishes the foundation for their future identity formation. The unconscious and desire. Lacan delves into the concept of the unconscious and its role in human desire. He emphasizes that the unconscious is not accessible through introspection but reveals itself through slips of the tongue, dreams, and other manifestations. Lacan argues that desire is a central force in human existence, often driven by unconscious motivations. The symbolic order. Lacan introduces the concept of the symbolic order, which refers to the system of language, culture, and social norms that shape individuals' perceptions and identities. He suggests that individuals are constantly influenced by this symbolic order, which structures their understanding of reality. The Oedipus complex. Building on Freud's work, Lacan further develops the concept of the Oedipus complex in Ecrits. He explores the complex dynamics between children, their parents, and the societal structures that influence their development of gender identity and sexual desires. Psychoanalysis and art. Lacan explores the connections between psychoanalysis and art, emphasizing the ways in which art can reveal hidden desires and unconscious processes. He analyzes works of art, literature, and cinema to illustrate how they express and engage with unconscious elements of the human psyche. The ethics of psychoanalysis. In Ecrits, Lacan reflects on the ethical implications of psychoanalysis. He discusses the role of the analyst, the importance of transference and interpretation, and the ethics of disclosing repressed or traumatic material during the therapeutic process. Ecrits, a selection, presents a compilation of Jacques Lacan's key ideas and concepts in psychoanalysis. It offers insights into the complex interplay between language, the unconscious, desire, and the construction of human subjectivity. The book continues to be influential in the fields of psychoanalysis, philosophy, and cultural theory, shaping discussions on the nature of human psychology and the dynamics of language and desire. The mirror stage, in very simple terms, refers to a concept proposed by Jacques Lacan, a psychoanalyst. It describes a stage of development in early childhood when a baby recognizes their own reflection in a mirror and experiences a sense of unity and wholeness. This moment is significant because it marks the beginning of the child's formation of a separate and distinct sense of self. The mirror stage is seen as a crucial step in the development of identity and the understanding of oneself as a separate individual. Here's an example to help illustrate the concept of the mirror stage. Imagine a baby, let's call her Emma, who is around 18 months old. Emma's parents place a mirror in front of her, and she sees her reflection for the first time. At this moment, Emma may have a strong reaction, such as smiling, reaching out, or making gestures towards the mirror. She may even try to touch or interact with her reflection, thinking it is another baby. During this mirror stage, Emma experiences a sense of unity with her reflection. She sees a complete image of herself and feels a connection between her physical body and the image in the mirror. This moment is significant because it marks the beginning of Emma's understanding that the image in the mirror is a reflection of herself. As Emma continues to develop, she will gradually realize that the reflection is not another baby but a representation of herself. This recognition helps her form a separate sense of identity and begin to distinguish herself from others. In this example, the mirror stage is the stage in which Emma recognizes her own reflection and experiences a sense of unity with it. It is an important milestone in her development as it contributes to the formation of her self-identity. According to Jacques Lacan, a renowned psychoanalyst, the function of speech goes beyond its surface-level meaning. He believed that language and speech play a crucial role in shaping our subjective experience and understanding of reality. Lacan's ideas on the function of speech can be summarized as follows. Symbolic function. Lacan emphasized the symbolic function of speech. He argued that language operates through a system of signifiers, words, symbols, and linguistic structures that represent and communicate meaning. Language allows us to give meaning to our experiences and construct our reality through the use of symbols. Unconscious communication. Lacan proposed that speech carries unconscious messages and desires. He believed that our conscious speech often masks deeper, unconscious thoughts and desires. These hidden meanings and repressed emotions can be revealed through slips of the tongue, dreams, and other linguistic manifestations. Subjectivity and identity. Lacan viewed language as a fundamental factor in the formation of subjectivity and identity. He posited that our sense of self and individuality is shaped by our entry into the symbolic order, the system of language and social norms that structure our understanding of ourselves and the world. Language enables us to articulate and construct our identities within this symbolic framework. Lacan desire. Lacan emphasized the role of language in expressing and mediating our desires. He believed that human desire is inherently linked to a sense of lack or incompleteness. Language becomes the means through which we attempt to fill this lack by seeking recognition, understanding, and satisfaction through communication with others. Miscommunication and lack of understanding. Lacan also pointed out the inherent limitations of language in fully capturing and communicating our experiences. He argued that there is always a gap or lack of understanding between individuals, as words and symbols can never fully encapsulate the complexity of subjective experiences and emotions. In summary, Lacan's perspective on the function of speech centers on language as a symbolic system that shapes our subjectivity, communicates unconscious desires, and mediates our experiences and relationships. He emphasized the role of language in constructing our reality and the challenges inherent in using words to express the complexity of human existence. Here is a simplified explanation of Jacques Lacan's perspective on the function of speech, along with an example. According to Lacan, speech serves more than just conveying information, it plays a fundamental role in shaping our understanding of ourselves and the world. Here's a simple explanation with an example. Imagine a child named Sarah who has a teddy bear named Teddy. When Sarah speaks about Teddy, she is not only describing the physical object but also expressing her emotions, attachments, and desires through language. For example, when Sarah says, "Teddy is my best friend," she is using speech to establish a symbolic relationship with her teddy bear. Her words go beyond the literal meaning, they represent her emotional connection and the importance she attributes to Teddy in her life. Lacan would argue that Sarah's speech about Teddy carries deeper unconscious messages and desires. Perhaps Teddy represents a source of comfort and security for Sarah, filling an emotional lack she might feel in other areas of her life. Through speech, Sarah articulates and constructs her subjective reality and identity, using language as a way to express and negotiate her desires and emotions. Lacan also emphasizes that language has its limitations. While Sarah uses speech to communicate her feelings, there may still be a gap between what she tries to convey and what others understand. Words can never fully capture the richness and complexity of her experiences, leading to potential miscommunications and misunderstandings. In this simplified example, Lacan's perspective highlights how speech goes beyond conveying information, encompassing the symbolic, emotional, and unconscious dimensions of human communication. Language enables us to express desires, construct identities, and navigate our subjective realities, while also acknowledging the inherent challenges in using words to capture the full depth of our experiences.